Okay, this one is a short one. Transformations in scientific research methods. Now, historically, when you look at it, social sciences relied on positivism and fixed laws inspired by Newtonian physics. Newtonian physics being physics. So it followed the methodology of natural sciences, where numbers and maths and statistics were much more important than human. But of course, researchers realize that human behavior is much more complex than the numerical representations that it has. And it's heavily dependent on context, emotions, culture, and power dynamics, yada, yada, yada. Therefore, they created new qualitative tools to better understand the societal shifts and meaning. Now, when you check the philosophical foundations of social science, we can see ontology. What is ontology? It is the study of being. It is split into two. The first one is realist approach. It says the world exists objectively and independently of humans. And to counteract this, there's the nominalist approach, which says that the world is shaped subjectively by human values and beliefs. So, in the realist approach, they believe that humans have no effect on the perception of the world. It says things just exist because they are that way. But nominalists say that things attain value and characteristics because we apply those onto them. It's the study of being, after all. Epistemology comes from episteme, which is, what was it? I think it was some like mind thinking, knowledge, something like that. So it focuses on how knowledge is produced and what it's used for. In the social sciences, knowledge is often co created between researchers and participants. What does this imply? It implies that nothing is actually objective. Everything is up to the researcher's interpretation of the results rather than it being objective, pure. Now, when we look at the different research paradigms that were used throughout history, even being used now, it says paradigms function like a pair of glasses, organizing how research is designed and observations are made. The first one is the positivist paradigm. It is basically a scientific method. It relies on empirical methods. It discovers universal causal laws of social life, and it relies heavily on deductive reasoning because that's just how modern science is. And deriving another characteristic of natural sciences, it uses quantitative research methods like surveys, statistics, graph, but it struggles with one thing, and that's something that is not measurable with data. You cannot really show grief with data. You can only show it on a scale of 1 to 7. How sad are you feeling? It's a 6. Oh man, you must be very sad. But you cannot truly know the effects this has on the body using solely just surveys and quantitative research methods. Therefore, they go into the interpretive paradigm. It's rooted in the work of Max Weber and it does not seek universal laws. It aims to understand how people create their social world and attach meanings to everyday experiences. And it uses a nominalist ontology. What is nominalist? We looked at it. It was the world is shaped subjectively by human values and beliefs. It's inductive, qualitative methodology. What was inductive? You take A, B, and you say, damn, this must be generalized, I guess. And then comes a critical paradigm, which focuses on exposing power relations, inequality, and hidden societal structures. Its ultimate goal is studying and changing the world, apparently, and empowering disadvantaged groups. And believe it or not, I guess it originated with thinkers like Karl Marx, which I can definitely believe. But Sigmund Freud, I'm going to need some convincing because that guy is sexist. And I would believe that he's also racist. I'm not sure. I'm not going to beef with Freud. I'm sorry. Utilizes a theory that blends both induction and deduction. So it uses some sort of mixed methodologies. There are also two alternative approaches. The first one is the feminist social research approach. It says that the traditional methodologies are ignoring women's experiences, which, judging by Freud's works, yes, they did. It focuses on subjective emotional dimensions and promotes the idea that empathy and care are valuable forms of knowledge, and it aims to foster personal and social change. What a nice vision. And when we look at postmodern social science research, it originates from humanities and it argues that there is no single truth. Every narrative is shaped by culture, language, and power, which is true. It also insists that researchers should not hide themselves within their work, and it treats the research process as a creative, almost artistic endeavor intended to provoke reactions and provide pleasure to the reader. So it says, just have fun with it, bro. Just just have fun with your research. Let's all just have some fun. It ain't all that serious. Let's just have fun.